right, Jorge Prado, third place in the 450 main event here in Salt Lake City. How was the day?
It was a great way to finish off the Supercross season with a podium. It was a great day. Track was quite challenging, especially with that huge set of whoops. And no, it was a cool main event. I was always in the fight for the win. So super happy with my improvement during the year and finishing off the season on the podium. It's amazing.
Hey, tense last few laps between you and Cooper. I saw you guys talking out after it was over. I just got done talking to him about it. Can you take me through it on your side?
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty aggressive lately on me, and I don't like that type of racing, especially when we still have the whole summer and still the playoffs to race. And we're just fighting for a third place on the podium. It's not even a win or even fighting for the championship, right? So, I mean, it is what it is, and we move on.
All right, you were one of the guys that went right back to Kenny and spent a good amount of time talking to him after it was over. As a guy that came from Europe, you know the road to get here. What do you think about him winning the championship?
Well, he's been one of my idols, and it's amazing to see him finally get a Supercross championship. He really deserves it, and I'm actually very happy for him.
All right, Cooper Webb, fourth place in the 450 main event here at Salt Lake City. How was the day?
It was up and down day. I actually felt like I rode good all day. Felt spunky. We had a bike change we did this week that was really paying off well. So honestly, my start just kind of held me back all night. Even in that main event, I rode awesome, man, but just terrible start, and just it definitely cost me with the overall result, I would say. So it's hard when you ride really good like that. You expect more result-wise, but at the end of the day, I did ride well, so I can't be too mad at myself. But yeah, overall, we got third in the championship, which is okay. Never the goal, but we'll take the positives and come back firing.
Hey, can you take me through those last few laps with Jorge and then what was said after the race was over? Because I know it was a little tense.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, I didn't get too close to him. That was the last one, right? I was charging, and we had Kenny there. He's in the title hunt. You don't want to race too hard. And J. Coop got him, and then I got close, and then I basically had a lap. The white flag came out, and nothing. I tried past him in the last turn, and obviously was pretty aggressive with it, and I guess he wasn't too happy with it, and flipped me off the whole way over the finish, and I guess, was trying to act like he was going to hit me and wanted to, I guess, fight apparently. So, that was cool. I held my composure pretty good, and we'll definitely see him this summer.
Hey, last thing that I would love to talk to you about is Kenny winning this. You guys have had a long, long history everybody knows about. I'd really like to see the respect that you guys have had in the last couple of years. Dude, you've done this 3 times. For him to do this one time, how is it?
It's honestly bittersweet, if I'm honest. Obviously cool for him, and congrats and a lot of respect. And, he had an up and down career. So, to persevere is not easy. And, he talked about the stress that the championship brings that, this last month, I'm sure was hard on both those boys. So congrats to him. But it's definitely one that stings a little bit, right? I was at one point this season actually ahead of him in points, and seeing that he can do it, that shows I can do it too. So it's a little bittersweet, but definitely will light a good fire under my ass for next year. And but at the end of the day, I think it's cool for the guys that have been doing it, right? Like, I've raced him for so long, and it is cool to see him get it.
All right, Chase Sexton, first place in the 450 main event here in Salt Lake City. How was the day?
The night was good. Won the heat race, won the main event. To be honest, I was a little bit just, I don't know. I didn't know what was going on in the front of the race at the beginning. I was kind of just watching what Hunter and Ken were doing. And obviously Hunter going down kind of allowed me to be a little bit more aggressive, because I knew Kenny wasn't going to push too hard to try and beat me. So, it was a good night. Better way to end out the season. Finally, got another win. So, obviously, I would like to be doing what they're doing right now and doing burnouts and celebrating a championship, but build up for outdoors and for next year.
Hey, can you talk about reeling in Ken in those last few laps, kind of knowing what's at stake, but knowing, I got to get a win?
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to rev my bike so he knew that I was there. I knew he was going to not push too hard, and I was honestly surprised he was still skimming the whoops. So, just glad that, obviously I'm stoked for him to get the championship. I've known him since I was 16. He was like a big brother to me, and to see what he's gone through and to see where he is now is pretty inspiring. So congrats to him. bummed, obviously, for Hunter, but he'll be back. So, yeah, good night for me. Good night for, obviously, Ken. So, stoked for outdoors.
All right, Justin Cooper, second place in the 450 main event here at Salt Lake City. How was the day?
Yeah, it was solid. I felt like qualifying went pretty good. Everyone was pretty close in qualifying. I think I was 2/10 off, actually, so that was pretty crazy. And then, yeah, solid heat race. Got third in that. Felt good. Felt comfortable with the bike and all that. And, yeah, like I thought, the main was really tricky, challenging, and got a terrible start, like 10th or something. And slowly made my way forward a little bit. I think like halfway I was like 6th, and then yeah, just started catching the leaders. Like the front, just Kenny started slowing down once Hunter made that mistake, and then everyone just kind of started creeping back towards me. So it tightened up there at the end, and was able to get those passes done, get to second with like 2 laps to go, and then yeah, made a push, but wasn't going to happen. So yeah, it was nice to get on the podium to end it.
Looking back, thoughts on the year? Really good progress.
Yeah, really good progress, and made all 17 rounds. That's important. So got the experience and ticked some boxes off. I felt like I had more aggression this year and made stuff happen a little bit more. So a couple more mistakes, which is actually good. I want to, don't want to be on the ground, but I want to kind of make some mistakes pushing. So yeah, and then trending in the right direction. Now we've shifted our focus to outdoors already, but good to end it like this.
Thanks, Justin. All right, Max Anstie, third place in the 250 East-West Showdown here in Salt Lake City. How was the day?
Solid. Pleased to come away with third in that one. Obviously, we started off the season great with a win at A1, and then went a little sideways, went a bit up and down, had a few things go wrong in the random spots. I had my appendix out, and then from that missed a lot of riding, but got back to it in that main event. I was still missing a bit of intensity. Those front two, Hayden and Cole and even Levi were coming through. Like they had a bit more on me than I would have liked. I didn't really have much fight for them, but I was solid, consistent. I think going into outdoors, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to have a good go on this bike and outdoors and get back to my outdoor ways. I've since moving to America, my main focus has been Supercross, but outdoors is going to be fun on this bike, so gonna go and get focused on that, and then hopefully take all the things that I learned from this year and be a step better and be in this title fight for the next year's Supercross Championship.
All right, Levi Kitchen, second place overall in the 250 East-West Showdown here in Salt Lake. How was the day?
The day was pretty good. I was just trying to, throughout the day I've been getting better about maybe saving a little bit of energy for these night shows and then just putting everything out there in that main event. So proud of my effort again. Last weekend was good. This weekend, I think I rode better. I mean, I got it's like the same story, but I didn't get a great start, but worked through fast, was slamming people aggressive. So got up there, and unfortunately my teammates went down to the whoops, and then I just had to lock in and try to reel in Max there at the end. So proud of the effort, second, and a good season, I would say.
Okay, big thing, you're wearing Kenny's championship shirt right now. This is a guy you spend a lot of time with, so friend to friend, how's it feel to see this accomplished for him?
It's amazing, I mean, there's obviously people who have been around Ken a lot longer than I have, but we've grown very close, and we all have our hard days, and we kind of talk through them. Like I say, I open up to him more than most, and same back to me. So he's just been through it, man. And to see him just keep going, keep fighting is super inspirational. And yeah, he's a great person to have in my corner. I couldn't be more proud of him. So, and just everybody, the whole family. I mean, it's just awesome to see.
All right, Garrett Marchbanks, 12th place in the 450 main event here in Salt Lake City. How was the day?
The day was pretty solid. I feel really good in qualifying. I think I was P11 overall on the day. Felt really good going in the heat. I feel like it was the best I was riding all day, and one of my best heat races of the year. Speed was definitely there. Felt good going in the main. Just a couple laps in, was just trying to make some passes. I think I got in the 10th or 11th. After that, though, I was just kind of struggling, couldn't get in the flow and the whoops. It was just kind of feel like I don't know. It was just super tough. I wasn't flowing in the whoops. I was trying to, salvage some energy after I'd hit those and try to get into a flow afterwards. But just wasn't it. Wasn't flowing the track all main, so just made the best of it and got 12th.
Rookie of the year, missed a couple races. You got the full 450 experience, huh?
Yeah, no, it was good. I think I only missed basically 2 rounds. But besides that, it was a good year. Definitely some highs and lows. Definitely pumped to end it, these last 8-9 rounds on a higher note. We really turned things around. Super pumped with the team and all their effort. These guys have worked super hard to get us where we're at now, especially tonight. We all had a really good day. Pumped with Brock Tickle, Oscar, all them, Dan. So, pumped with it to see where it goes in the outdoors.
All right, Shane McElrath, 13th place in the 450 main event here at Salt Lake City. How was the day?
The day was pretty decent. I mean, it's I wanted to finish strong. I wanted to really have my best result of the season, and I think it's okay to want that. And I'm pretty disappointed that it didn't happen. That's kind of all year. It's like I haven't stopped working. That's something I'm proud of, and it's just sometimes you're picking up your stride and everything's going well, and sometimes you're kind of just a tick off. And the thing is, a tick off here is a decent gap, and so trying to close that gap is a lot of work, and we put in a lot of work to do that. And I'm a little. I guess it's bittersweet. I finished strong. I started last and made some good passes, and I felt like I had decent pace. And it's just tough because I want to finish well. I felt like I performed pretty well. I'm a little under the weather today, and which thankfully this is the first year of my career that I haven't gotten sick really throughout the Supercross season. And today it was like I started getting a sore throat and my sinuses are stopped up. So. It's bittersweet. I am excited to have finished all the rounds. It's a big undertaking to be healthy and to line up at each one, and to it's a competitive field, and there's a lot of good guys out there. So always want more, and we'll work to be better.
Kenny's championship, you're one of the guys that's in with him day in and day out down at Sandbox, and you were one of the first guys to get over there and congratulate him. From your perspective, from what you see behind the scenes, what does this mean?
Honestly, I'm so proud of him. It's so much work, and it's like I tell people all the time, like my rookie year racing professional was Ken's rookie year in the 450 class, and he's only 3 months older than me. So it's like he's been around for a long time. He's been at the top of the field for a long time, and going through the injuries that he has, it's like you could tell that it took a toll mentally, obviously physically, but it's like oftentimes, like mentally, we believe we can, but then our body won't necessarily operate that same way. And just seeing him this year specifically, it's like it's been a noticeable difference where it's like he's had a couple years with the team, and just he's got a group of people around him that he trusts, like ultimately with his life, and that's what it takes. And Honda, they're a great team. They're a big team, and one of the most professional teams in the paddock. And they did everything they could. And the thing is, that's really what it comes down to. Is like Hunter just washed in the front. It's like that can literally happen. I mean, we didn't have any ruts out there hardly. So but it's really cool, just knowing the work that it takes to finish 13th. And to try to imagine Kenny being at the top for so long, it's like it's such a big accomplishment, and I'm just proud of him.
Nick Romano, 15th place in the 250 East-West Showdown in Salt Lake City. How was the day?
The day was okay. Qualifying was well. I think I was 8 and 9, so happy with that. Qualifying is not my strength, so top 10 I'll take. And then heat race, I think I ended up P6, so decent, not great, not bad. And then main event, was pissed. I completely botched my start, which I was bummed about because both practice starts in the heat race, I got the whole shot. So I was like, that sucks. So I was kind of in the carnage mid-pack, maybe even behind mid-pack, and then passed a couple guys and then got passed late. So it was an okay main event. I'm not really happy with it, but again, a lot of guys went down tonight. The track was brutal, dude. Like the whoops took a lot of guys down. It was kind of just survival mode out there for me at the end. So not happy with it, but I mean overall, like I think we ended up P10 in points, and I missed the first 3 races. So like I'm not mad at that. That's something to hold my head high on, and just grateful to be back at these races. I'm grateful for Mitch, this whole entire Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team, Ian, Gavin, my mechanic, like everyone in my circle. So even though it was a so-so day, great to be back at the races, so we'll take this momentum in MX.
Hey, we know you love the sport, like you love moto, and I know you know this Kenny situation pretty well. What do you think about him winning this from what you've seen behind the scenes?
Dude, I teared up watching him win. Like, I've been a Ken Roczen fan. I have a picture of me and his autograph line. I think my mom took it in 2012 when he was number 70 on factory KTM, like when he first came over here. So Kenny's been my guy for a long time, and I'm grateful enough to be training partners with him at Moto Sandbox. So he's became a close friend of mine, and he's just a genuine dude at the end of the day. He doesn't care what anyone says. He does his thing, whether it's good or bad. He believes in what he does and himself. And like I said, just to be in that circle with him, week to week, and being a friend of his, going on the boat, going golfing with him and his kids, like it made me tear up, man. Like it's, I've been through some injuries, but I know that guy has been through a lot worse. And to be in the 450 class for, I don't even know, 11, 12 years, like it's amazing, dude. To see him get it done, and amen to Hunter, Chase, Coop. They all rode great this season, but at the end of the day, Ken was the better guy at the end. So congrats to Ken.
All right, Dean Wilson, 10th place in the 450 main event here at Salt Lake City. How was the day?
Yeah, the night was pretty good. Another top 10. Happy with that. Jumping in these last 5 has been good. I feel like it's been pretty respectable. It was good. It was hard though. These last 2 in the elevation, man. I'm breathing like a dog out there. I'm like tonight I got like 4 laps in. I was already breathing heavy, and I'm like, oh man, like I'm either gonna have to slow my pace down, or I'm gonna blow myself out. So I slowed it down. Probably was riding about 85%, and then kind of just plugged away at 85%, 90%, because if I went 100, dude, I was just breathing so heavy. But still proud of it. I dogged it the whole main. I didn't give up, I'll tell you that. And it was good. It was really good. I was good in the whoops. And I think if I, obviously jumping in, I had 5 weeks of like full preparation. And I think obviously if I had a real off-season boot camp, I'd be in a lot better shape. I just think I'm a little bit out of shape. So that's why it's so hard for me. But I just dug deep and still got in that top 10. So that's my only goal, is in that top 10. The class is stacked, and I think that's respectable.
Hey, how did your nerves settle down over the 5 weeks? Like the first one's always curious on how you're going to do. Second one, 3, 4, 5, you're in it.
Yeah, so it's funny with the nerves, I feel different at each venue. So like first one, I was definitely a little nervous. Just didn't know what to expect. Second one, I wasn't too bad. Third one was the Motor, right? My nerves were the best there. I was so chill there. Last weekend was pretty good, but tonight my nerves were bad. Something about the track just made me feel a little eerie. Like I felt the track was a little sketchy, not as in the build or anything, just the dirt, and like it was just a little like, I don't know, I had this weird little feeling, and I was a little nervous even in the heat and the main and qualifying. I just didn't feel like real relaxed. And on those days is when you just kind of have to respect the track, and kind of that's what I did, not take any stupid chances or risks. But nerves were good, they're not good, but it's just like, I swear, like the venue, if you're comfortable on the track and with the venue, even the venues, like there's a stadium that I feel comfortable in, I feel so different. It's weird to say, but definitely different venues make a difference.
Justin Hill, 6th place in the 450 main event here in Salt Lake City. How was the day?
Day was pretty good. I felt honestly pretty solid, which was kind of a surprise. I wasn't able to ride all week. I hurt my shoulder last weekend, so I was like, we'll just see how it goes. It's the last one. We got to let it ride and do it. Man, I'm frustrated with that main because two little things, and I was kind of chomping on Chase's rear tire there for that first half, and I spent so much energy trying to find these lines, particularly the whoops. I was doing the wrong jump line, and then I got shown the correct jump line by Jacob and Webb, and then I'm like, oh, okay, that's what I need to do. I wish I'd have known, kind of. But yeah, just little mistakes that kept me out of. I felt like could have been a pretty easy podium spot, to be honest with you, because it was such a shake-up there at the end. Overall, I'm really happy with what we've done the last few weeks, and getting myself into a position to be in the hunt for it and have the speed. Like today I had the speed for sure. I'm excited to take this into next year for sure. Like there's little things that you don't think you're going to continue to learn, and you learn on them. But yeah, we got the Great Outdoors coming up, which is going to be pretty fun. See how many of those we decide to do, but we're going to do some and try to have fun out there. And but overall, yeah, proud of the guys, proud of Jesse for keeping the motorcycle in one piece, and he did a fantastic job all year. And the team is better than ever, and we're leveling up and all the time. We'll be leveling up next year pretty big too, and some awesome news coming out from our side that is really exciting. And just really proud of Team Tedder, and they're excited. I'm the only one bummed out. They're pumped, and I feel like I just once you believe that, like what you can do it, and then you don't quite do it, it's extremely frustrating. So,
hey, you're a fan of the sport.
Well, John, sorry. I'm not going to ignore John Hines. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Thank you so much. All right. See you later.
Good job tonight.
Thank you.
I don't know if you remember me. I was your brother.
I do remember you. Good to see you, brother. Sorry.
That kind of thing, though, that's, it, Justin. You live, breathe this. You know all the people. Can you please tell me, as a racer, as a competitor, as someone that loves this, how important is Kenny's win?
Oh, dude, that was pretty cool to see. It's always, for me, it's tough because when you get into a position like that where I'm a fan of both guys, for sure. But I've just spent more years around Ken, so I've seen more of his peaks and valleys, and have come to appreciate more about him. I just know him better, obviously. But I would have been excited for Hunter. It's a sweet, really cool thing, however you slice it. Man, it was cool in my opinion. Like when we were 6, 7 races from the end, and you had Eli, you had Coop, you had Kenny and Hunter all in the mix. It was cool to me because I'm like, you got 3 of the guys that are have been there, and 1 guy that hasn't. And then for Hunter, I feel like it's really neat for Hunter to be the guy that kind of rose to the occasion towards the end. So encouraging for him moving forward. But that was really cool to see. I was excited for him, for Ken. I mean, obviously he's been through a ton, and we all know what can be of this sport, and some of the bad side of it. And he's obviously experienced that, in spades. And to see him rise above and get the thing done is pretty dang cool.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you enjoyed what you just watched, well, you can get a whole lot more. Yes, it's time to bring the action, and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel. You get all the news, highlights, reviews, the whole lot. So go for it.